4 or 5 of them. I had a little stroller fetish.
Oh, really? So what is the professional official twinsy recommended stroller? I'm dying to know.
I just think there's so many different ones for different situations. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you're in the snow, your regular stroller doesn't work. You need more like a jogging stroller.
Right.
And then the jogging stroller doesn't fit through some doors, so you need we had the City Mini, so the City Minis fit through all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're tiny, you do the Snap and Go.
Right.
So I think there's like one for every, time period.
Right. And I just ran into the question if they're in a tandem side by side, not tandem. And if the sun cover covers one at a time or both, because maybe one wants sun and one doesn't want sun. It's all these variables.
Yes. Yeah, we had the one that the chair flips around, and the front back one that the chairs flipped around and tilted, and I think literally and ironically now they're almost 8, and I actually still use my jogging stroller, so funny.
Wow. Oh, that's good to know. So hopefully we should invest in one of the nicer ones.
I mean, because they just, especially with Disney and stuff, they can't walk that long for so long,
Right. Well, I'd love to talk to you about your beginnings and middles and where you are now, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I also want to get a little bit of Jason's story, at least from your perspective. It's funny because my husband's also named Jason.
So, is he?
Yeah, so you guys started because you were just stuck nursing and didn't know what to do? How did the idea?
Yeah, no, I was just looking for, something to position the kids, having 2 babies at one time. Logistically, it's just trying to position everybody and find the best way, to feed 2 babies at one time without propping pillows and them sliding down, and they're tiny, so it's very hard for them to position themselves properly. So I was just looking for something, and I thought for sure there had to be something on the internet, and when I went to look, there was nothing out there. So I basically just sat down and drew out a picture on a cardboard piece of paper, which I actually still have in our warehouse today.
Okay.
And I made probably 100 different prototypes to get it right, because there's once we ended up taking it to production, which I didn't originally think of doing, I just used it for myself and basically just to kind of cope with having twins. But once we did decide to launch the product and go into business, we had to find something that would fit a lot of different type size moms, and I think that was one of the biggest challenges, was just kind of going through a lot of different prototypes for smaller moms and larger moms and taller moms, and just all different size people, and so it took a lot of different prototypes to get the pillow exactly where it was, where it needed to be.
Right. And when you were making these prototypes, your kids were still screaming or sleeping or figuring it out. Like, how did you even, I can barely cook for myself, never mind.
Oh my gosh, they were little. My husband was awesome. When he did outside sales, so when he would get home for the day, he traveled. But when he would get home for the day, I would basically go down into our basement and just kind of, lay everything out on the ground and, work on prototypes and samples and all different kind of things. So I did most of the stuff at nighttime, and really it's when we started selling a lot, and I actually made the pillows when the girls were little, and that's when it became crazy, when we had orders coming in and I was actually making them myself. That's when it became really crazy.
Right. So when did you discover this is going to be your business, your calling, when you got those orders that you couldn't do for yourself, or was it some
I don't know, I think it's just like kind of as time went on, it just we'd have like one order a month, and then one order a week, and one order every other day, and then when it became like 1 order a day, 2 orders a day, 3 orders a day, it was like, oh my gosh, wow, this is, really taking off. And it's, I guess probably when we had to find manufacturing, when I wasn't doing it myself, and when we actually had to pay somebody else to do it for us, that's probably when it became probably the most real, I think.
Right. And I listened to one of your after Shark Tank interviews where you had some real struggles finding a manufacturer. you had.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's hard as a small business. You know, a lot of stuff is made overseas.
Right.
And, you know, if you're a small business, you don't want to put a lot of money out for, you know, something that hasn't necessarily been proven, or just having the cash to put that amount of money out for inventory.
Right.
And for us, we really wanted to keep the product in the U.S. if we could.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do as of today. But, you know, it's hard because there's not a lot of manufacturing, unfortunately, in the U.S. anymore. And what is here is, you know, very, very, you know, huge businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, we had to find a mom and pop shop that was able to do the cost we needed, which was very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, and do small amounts of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we really, it took us a long time to find the right fit.
Was this the scariest part of making a business, you know, putting on that financial risk, or was it something else, all of it together?
I think, you know, our biggest thing is we tried not to put too much money out the door, because at the time both of us had got laid off at our jobs. So we've done everything very slow. We have never had to put out, you know, extreme amounts of money at one time. And I think that's one of the things that has made us so successful, is that we haven't, you know, put out amounts of money that we haven't been able to do. So we've done things in small batches, and we're very fortunate that the way our business is run on the internet, that, you know, we still can do that, where a lot of businesses can't do that. They have to order, you know, large amounts from China.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that was necessarily the scariest. I think it was probably just the unknown of the logistics and how things work as a business, and, you know, just things that I didn't know education-wise, as far as, you know, insurance and type of things like that. So it was just a learning process. So I think as the business grew, I learned a lot with it, and I think I just wanted to always make sure I covered all my bases. So I think that was probably the scariest thing, was just not knowing what I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think after we got through that, you know, it's been a great business model for us, and we love what we do. So it's been a lot of fun, I have to say.
So when you were going through all of this learning curve, how old were your girls? How did you balance all of that and learning and nighttime sewing and phone calls?
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, we started out slow. So I think for our business, it didn't go from, like, you know, 0 to 100 overnight.
Right.
So we, you know, as the business grew, I grew, and the kids got older, and, you know, I had more resources for help with the kids. I did definitely get them into preschool as soon as I could. You know, we fast tracked potty training, only because I needed some more hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we did the potty training boot camp. And
right.
But so they went to preschool when they were probably, it was a little Bible preschool, so it wasn't like, you know, real preschool, but they were probably 3, I think, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, or maybe 2.5. They might have been 2.5, actually. But yeah, I think it was just, you know, finding people that could help me watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just a lot of work. In the beginning, it was a lot of work. I had, you know, my father, I had my mother-in-law, I had my kids. I mean, we were all stuffing pillows, and it was just crazy, yeah. I actually wish I had pictures of the first days of all of us stuffing pillows.
Oh,
but yeah, it was definitely crazy during those times.
Are they still involved and proud of their pillow too?
Oh, they actually have their own. It's funny, they still use it at 8. They lay on that pillow and they watch TV and stuff. But yeah, they love it. I mean, I think we try to get them involved as much as possible. And now we have a pillow for sleep. It's called the Sleep Z pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And that pillow we invented for one of my daughters that has some sleeping issues. She just has a hard time falling asleep. And then she has, you know, she'll wake up in the middle of the night. So this pillow kind of surrounds her. I don't know if you've seen it on our website, but it kind of surrounds you and kind of gives you, you know, like the feeling that you're being held by a mom or a dad, by a parent. And it kind of gives you that cuddle feeling. And when we developed this pillow for her, it was amazing. It's basically a body pillow that surrounds the child. Mm-hmm. And it's only used for kids 3 and up. You know, it's not an infant pillow, but but that pillow has just done amazing things for her. So she loves, being a part of that, and they get to, take pictures for our website and, do all that kind of fun stuff. So they're definitely still involved a good amount.
When I saw the Sleep Z pillow come out, and I loved how on your Facebook page for the Twin Z Pillow Company you involve your followers and your beloved clients into the advertising. I saw it and I'm like, this is genius, because I had this when I was pregnant for grown-up size. This is a pregnancy pillow for kids, and
it is.
It's just miniature. And my husband even used our pregnancy pillow hour, I say, because when his back hurt, he's like, "Oh, can I use the pillow tonight, honey?"
Yeah, is that well, we're coming out with an adult version too.
Oh my gosh.
We had so many people say that, they wanted it for an adult, that we actually have the prototypes coming out for that right now too. And we've actually found for my husband, he has one of the prototypes, and that it's helping him with the snoring. He hasn't been snoring.
Really?
So I'm like, oh wow, that's a pretty huge market. So we're kind of excited about that. So we have to do a little bit more studies with that and see how it does. But
wow.
That would be a nice market to get. The snoring dad.
Sure. So talking about markets a bit, with the Twin Z pillow, and you also have the One Z pillow for feeding a one baby at a time. I don't know how that is, but one baby at a time.
Yeah, we had the One Z pillow, and we had a lot of moms, especially after Shark Tank, come to us and say, we want the back support that you have made with the Twin Z pillow, but we only have one baby, so do you have something? And that's when we ended up coming out with the One Z pillow, was that integrated back support, and it kind of wraps around you. And it's got the multiple uses. The baby can sit in it, they can do tubby time, and all that kind of great stuff. But it's just that back support that people were looking for. So that's how we came out with the One Z pillow.
How do you advertise or market this to families who have loved the classic C-shaped pillows, or just a pillow in general? Because I know of some twin moms who have like the two C pillows, side by side, which is an advantage because you can separate them and have them on either side of your legs, for example. So what would you...
I think there's, I think everybody's so different. I think moms are so different on how they want things. Some moms like one product, that they don't have to carry two products with them. Mm-hmm. The thing that we do with our pillows, I think that is a little bit different than the C-shaped pillows, is we stuff our pillows really, really full. So we use them for breastfeeding as well as bottle feeding. But when you use it and it wraps around you, they need to be really, really full. The pillow itself is almost 7 pounds. Mm-hmm. So that is how we're different in a lot of ways than the traditional pillows, is that the infants actually kind of sit up and it tilts up. So a lot of babies that have reflux do really well on our pillows, whereas some of the other C-shaped ones, they're more laying down in the pillow, mm-hmm. and they don't have that upward support. So we feel our pillows a lot fuller than some of those traditional pillows. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the ways we're different. And then, you've got the one pillow that you're not, if you're lugging two babies, it's hard to grab two more things, right, in addition to the two babies. So, you can grab just the one pillow, and, it just makes it a little bit easier to have one thing instead of two. We have a huge following with our pillows. So, I think a lot of moms are really, really happy with it, but I think you're always going to have somebody that, prefers to do it a different way as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. I can speak to the reflux because my son had major reflux issues. It was quite unfortunate, and the pillow was wonderful. And we actually got a second pillow as a spare, kind of as we travel. Yeah. We got the bag too to go with it. Awesome. And I tried to do the side by side instead of in front of me when we went to bottle feeding, and I didn't know what to do, so I put both of the Twin Z pillows next to me. It was quite a busy bed, but it worked, man. You got to do it out of necessity, as what you've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, it's just however it works, for moms, and it's whatever makes you, able to get through those first, few months with twins is just,
sure,
whatever works.
So have you had any funny stories from clients of different ways you've they've used this pillow, or any funny scenarios that you've come across?
Yeah, we always get some great photos. I mean, we've had a couple parents tailgating, and the pillows are out with with the parents at a game, and then we have some pictures of people with their twinsy pillows on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Pictures of one woman that actually had her twinsy pillow in her shopping cart in Walmart, like a Walmart shopping cart.
Oh, wow.
I mean, so it's just some funny. Yeah, and then we always get animal pictures. Animal is hilarious. We have, everybody will say like their pets love the pillow too. So we have a whole library of pet pictures.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
That's really cool. So, can you speak to also the Shark Tank scenario? I'm sure with the audition in Boston to actually airing to meeting all the investors face to face. Do you still think about it? Has it affected you still even to this day?
It was, for us, it was the most amazing experience. I mean, I think it was a fantastic experience for us. We would do it a million times again. We had to camp out in Boston, and it was under freezing. I think it was like 29 or 25 degrees that morning. And you go in, you get your 60-second pitch. We camped out overnight. And, wow. We had a hotel room that my husband and I would go back and forth so we didn't lose our place in line. But it was literally freezing in Boston. And they ended up starting the interviews early because of the weather. It was so bad. But so no, we went in and did our 60-second pitch and, waited for a call back. And we were just super excited to get a call back. The company at the time had really been doing well. So we were in a really good position going in. Mm-hmm. And it was, we kind of had the idea, if it happens for us, it happens. If it doesn't, it's okay. We're still okay. And the process itself, I'm sure you've heard before, is just insanely lengthy and takes forever. And the paperwork and all the background checks and all that stuff that you have to do is just insane. Mm-hmm. And then you really just never know if you're going to get picked until like the last minute. And so, we got the call that we were going to film. We filmed in September, and then we didn't air until March. Mm-hmm. And the experience for us, I mean, we just wanted to go in and make sure that we presented our product in the best light. And, we're so thankful to our mothers and our followers. And I mean, that's basically how we've grown this company is through our bloggers and our moms. And, we've never spent a ton of advertising money that, we weren't able to. Mm-hmm. And, so, I mean, we went in and, we did the best we could, and it was great. I mean, they were also kind to us. We had 4 offers. We ended up going with Lori. Mm-hmm. And, after the fact, we ended up not closing our deal. Things changed after the fact, which, it happens. It's TV. And for us, we didn't want to change the deal. I think we were happy with where it was. And we didn't want to give up any more equity. Mm-hmm. So, and at that time, the company had grown even more. Mm-hmm. So we didn't end up closing it, which was fine. I mean, we could have definitely used her as a great partner, but I think in the end, I think we made the best decision for the company. And it was great. I mean, after we aired, our company basically doubled overnight.
Wow.
So, yeah. So it was a great experience. I mean, I can't say anything bad about it at all.
Mm-hmm. And are they just as personable, let's say, as how they put themselves out on that show, meeting all of them?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, you kind of walk out there, and you just start taping. It's not like you get to talk, stand around and chat with them or meet them. You basically go out, you do your pitch, and ours was about an hour. I think it was about an hour and a half, somewhere mm-hmm. around there. I felt like my feet were killing me. Mm-hmm. And then after you walk off, you don't see them again. So mm-hmm. It wasn't like you get to like sit and chat with them or even have conversation with them. You go out and present to them, and mm-hmm. then you leave, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So, it was very surreal. I mean, I think it probably took me like 2 weeks afterwards to like calm down, because it was just so exhilarating and terrifying.
Yeah. Wow.
But really cool, a really cool experience. And I mean, it's done really good things for our company just to have said that we've had that experience and we've gone through that.
Right. And you've survived the Shark Tank culture of business, where American Idol can only be successful like from a reality show, but even without getting that support, I mean, you did because you were on the show, but without the financial gain or support in that way, you've been so successful. So you now have the Twinsy pillow, the Onesie pillow, the Sleepsy pillow, and do you have a name for the grown-up husband pillow?
I think we're just going to go with the Sleepsy adult. So it's going to be the Sleepsy kid and the Sleepsy adult pillow. Yeah,
I like that. That's really great.
And actually, we have a mini U-shaped pillow now too.
Oh, awesome.
It's a little waterproof one, which is it's similar to the Boppy or a U-shaped pillow, but our version is a waterproof pillow.
Yeah, which is huge, especially if you're taking it to the beach, like some of your followers.
Exactly. Yeah, we call it the Mini Z.
Oh, I like it. And you also have I forgot to mention
right now.
the plus size pillow. What's the Plus Z? Is that what you call it?
So we have the Onesie Plus too. Yeah, it's just an offshoot of the regular Onesie pillow, but it's for moms that are plus size, and there's nothing out there on the market specifically for that population of moms. So we were looking, for something to be different, and we've done really well with that one as well.
Awesome. So in closing, because my babies are starting to wake up, what would you suggest? I mean, you started all of this out of necessity when your kids were young, but you also needed to get your creative brain going because all of us twin moms just are kind of zombie brain. What do you suggest to the mom who maybe wants to start a business or wants to participate in doing something creative or taking that step? What do you say to that mom?
I think for me it was the best thing I've ever done. I can't imagine ever going back to my corporate job. It's just been the best experience ever. I mean, I don't feel like I'm going to work every day. I love what I do. I love the people that I work with. And, I would just say if you can make it happen, do it. I mean, anybody can sell anything nowadays with the internet. And it's an easy way to do it, without having to put a lot of money out. And I think the biggest thing too is that, everybody has an idea, and it's really implementing the idea. And it's not as easy as it looks, but if you have, the passion to do it, anybody can do it now with the internet.
Yeah, it's a blessing, sometimes a burden, but usually a blessing, this internet thing. So, wow. Well, thank you so much for talking with us at Twins, Tora, and Tater Toss. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait to advertise and share our love for the Twinsy pillow. I've already put a article out about the feng shui of changing table time, and the Twinsy pillow is completely involved because when one baby is being changed, I put the other one in the Twinsy pillow near me, so they're sitting up.
It's perfect.
It's perfect, and I even used it at points when I was pregnant as a pregnancy pillow. The middle piece, supported my belly. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we really thank you, and we love it, and we're lifelong fans.
So, awesome, thank you. Well, let us know if we can do anything for you as well.
Yeah, we thank you so much.